Welcome into Signal Mountain here in the Chattanooga area where we are set for the Class 3A Sub-State round. It's a best-of-3 series as the Upperman Bees take on the Signal Mountain Eagles. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined once again by my friend Jacob Vincent live on the main UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and the NFHS Network this evening. And it is Game 1, the only game that will be played today between the Bees and the Eagles. A very important game. You win this one, you only have to win 1 out of 2 tomorrow. You lose it, you got to win back-to-back games tomorrow back here on this field. This is the Crouch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show. Tonight's game is presented by our friends at the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're cheering for. Make sure you hit that share button as we're just moments away from first pitch here in Signal Mountain. When we come back, we'll have the Swallows Insurance starting lineups and get to all the action between the Bees and the Eagles, two teams on the doorstep of the spring fling. First pitch when we come back. Coverage presented by Nick's Restaurant, the Southwell Auto Clinic on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate just listed this new construction home located in the Brookstone subdivision. With 2,075 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and large walk-in closets, the main level primary bedroom has one of the best features ever. In addition to the hallway access, you could access the laundry room through the closet in the bedroom. The kitchen also features an island, a pantry, and stainless steel appliances. All cabinets throughout the house are soft close and have granite countertops. For more information, call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581. Always ask for Sonia Brown. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. It's the Bees against the Eagles, a best-of-3 series. Winner goes on to the state tournament. The loser season ends one step shy of the spring fling. I'm Noah McKay on the call, joined by Jacob Vincent. The number 2 in the rotation for the Signal Mountain Eagles, Ben Timblin, the Wofford signee, on the mound getting in his warm-up pitches. He will face an Upperman lineup that will bat 1 through 9 like this in the Swallows Insurance starting lineups. Leading things off is the center fielder, Justin Fallon, followed up by the shortstop, Caden Shanks. Batting third is the second baseman, Chris Worsing. Batting fourth is the third baseman, Carson Shoup. Batting fifth, the catcher, Rookie Allison. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Alec Wilson. Batting seventh, the starting pitcher for the Bees is Juju Yano. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Carson Holroyd. Batting ninth, the left fielder, Evan Huddleston. I mentioned the opponent on the mound for the Bees, the big, tall right-hander, Ben Timblin. He's got some good stuff. He's got some good numbers. We'll talk about his offensive numbers coming up in the bottom half, but on the mound, he's been a very solid piece of the rotation.
Yeah, he absolutely has been. He's got a 2-2 record this year, 9 appearances, 6 starts. This will be his 7th start of the season, 30 1/3 innings pitched so far. He does have a save on the season as well. In those 30 1/3 innings, he's got 44 strikeouts to just 12 walks, a 2.77 ERA, and a batting average against of 172, so he does not give up a lot of hits.
Ballpark, sizable, similar to Baxter. 320 to the foul poles, 340 into the gaps. That's 25 feet shorter than Baxter, but then in the center field about the same. But we are up here on top of Signal Mountain. It took a long time to get here through the back roads, weaving up, so a higher elevation. The home run numbers could be inflated in this best-of-3 series. These two teams get together again tomorrow. Game 1 at 4 o'clock Central Time. Game 2 to follow, if necessary, if the first two games are a split. Standing in here is the Tennessee Tech commit Justin Fallon, batting .426 on the campaign, including a home run against Tullahoma on Saturday. He has 4 home runs on the season, 23 RBIs. He's going to get things started in the black and gold pinstripes for the Bees.
Yeah, we got a great view today right behind home plate, and this is going to be a really fun ball game.
Ben Timlin on the mound. He goes out of the stretch at all times. First pitch of the game here. Inside with the fastball. He'll rev it up there. That's 90 miles an hour for ball 1.
Not too many times they're seeing 90 on the other side for the Bees.
They've seen it certainly in summer ball, but
yeah,
they saw it against Braden Booth for Bob Jones earlier this year. Big swing and a miss on that one. 89 on the gun as Fallon went chasing or trying to get that waist-high fastball.
Sun's deciding to come out now as well. We've had some pop-up showers here and around the area at times.
Fallon awaits in the batter's box. Timlin delivers in. That one foul tipped right back towards me. And now it's quickly 1-2. 91. Fastball heavy so far from Timlin out there.
And we will have to be ready for the foul balls today. We'll have a chance today. You were good. You didn't flinch. You didn't flinch.
Right back
a little bit further away than we were in Gordonsville earlier this week.
Yeah, and that softball looks bigger flying
at you. It does. Neon green.
As bad as the baseball would. 1-2 coming to Fallon. Timlin, that one missed. Ooh, called strike 3. And that one for Timlin is a good call for him, as that's a backwards K to open up the outing and brings up the Lipscomb signee, Caden Shanks, batting .446. He's blistering at the plate right now. If that one's going to be a strike, it's going to be a quick game.
Yeah, you look at the strikeout numbers for Timlin as well. 44 strikeouts in total, now 45. Over almost half of those have been looking, so he has a lot of good pitches in his repertoire.
First pitch to Shanks bounces in. Yeah, that one looked to be a high and inside. I jumped the gun. My apologies. As Shanks stands in, he hit a nuclear strike against Lawrence County to open up the game on Saturday. That must-win game for the Bees over the right field fence. Timlin trying to settle in here. That one misses outside, the 1-0. We are right behind home plate, so I'm going to treat it like a free throw a little bit. I'll be quiet during the pitch to not distract, but we'll fill up the middle part as it's 2-0.
Well, and it's interesting, too, because you've got the sound that just echoes all the way straight into the ballpark with the trees.
That's a good pitch in the inside corner there from Timlin to get back in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike to Caden Shanks. Looming is the freshman Chris Worsing.
And then you've got the concrete grandstands right behind. We actually have a brick wall right behind us, so nobody behind us.
Shanks rolls this one. It's chopped way up into the air. Shortstop makes a good adjustment. Throw down, not in time. Oh, it is. Caden Shanks called out as he tried to leg that one out. And 2 bang plays for the first 2 outs of the game for Signal Mountain.
Yeah, 2 close ones. And then watching Signal Mountain warm up in pregame, they warmed up really well in the infield. A lot of good snap throws, nothing really too far off line. And they're going to be a good, sure, solid defense behind Timlin on the mound.
Jake Edmondson is the shortstop, had to range over, fielded that one cleanly to throw over. Now here's Chris Worsing standing in for his first AB. First pitch, he swings this one, chopped over. Second baseman there in time to throw over to first is there for a 1-2-3 top half of the first for the Signal Mountain Eagles. We'll head to the bottom half, and Juju Yano goes onto the mound when we come back. Coverage of the sub-state round game is presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back. Juju Yano on the mound for the Bees. He's got the best numbers of anybody on the team. A 1.92 ERA, 4-1 on the season. This is his 13th appearance and his 9th start. He's had 3 complete games and a shutout and 47 in a third innings pitch. He's allowed 40 hits, 25 runs, only 13 of them earned, 57 strikeouts to 20 walks. With batters hitting .223 against Juju Yano. He will face off against the Signal Mountain order that bats 1 through 9 like this. Leading things off is the third baseman, Bo Cooper. Batting second is the pitcher, Ben Timblin. Batting third is the left fielder, Max Raquel. Batting fourth is the second baseman, Cash Kane. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Barrett Anderson. Batting sixth is the right fielder, Blake Walford. Batting seventh is the shortstop, Jake Edmondson. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Ty Harper. And batting ninth is the catcher, Vance Wilburn.
Yeah, this is a Signal Mountain team that they bat the ball really, really well. Batting average for the team at .345, and we'll get to Timblin when he comes up. But 1 through 9, they've got a good amount of power. They've hit for average all over the place. And you mentioned it, pretty similar ballpark to Baxter. 320 down each side, only 5 feet shorter there. 345 in the gaps, and then we don't know center, but I'm going to imagine it's about 360 to 370, which is about the same as Baxter. So a lot of space in the outfield and a good amount of speed on this Signal Mountain team that have scored a lot of runs in their last 4 games. They have ruled 3 of their last 4 opponents.
Coming off a 17-0 victory over Saudi Daisy on Sunday in the region championship game. They had their number 1 going against Saudi Daisy's deep rotational piece, but still, that's an impressive offensive performance. First pitch in, called ball 1 from Yano. Cooper standing in the batter's box here as Yano kicks and deals. That one caught the zone a little bit further down that time, getting that outside corner for Juju. It's 1-1.
And we get a really good look at the spin on this down here as well. That had a lot of tail spin, a little two-seam action on it, tailing away from that left-handed batter.
Cooper awaits. That time the slider comes in on the heart of the plate. It's fouled, out of play. Carson Shoup can't quite get to it, and Juju Yano goes ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here are Bo Cooper, Ben Timblin, who can park it at any time, leads the state in home runs, waiting on deck.
Yeah, he is hitting the ball really well this season, to say the least.
There's the slider again. This one's rolled over, but it trails into foul territory. Catching the balls and strikes today for the Bees is rookie Allison. Alec Wilson is at first. Chris Worsing at second. Carson Shoup, the third baseman. Caden Shanks is the shortstop. Left fielder Evan Huddleston. In right field, it's Carson Holroyd. And quarterbacking center is Justin Fallon. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Bo Cooper as he stands in after a couple of foul balls. Yano's thrown the slider 2 times in a row. This time he goes to it again. Cooper lays off, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, tried to go a little bit lower that time. Tried to get him to chase. He's gotten him on the last couple of times. He's still got the open door right now, but you got to make a good pitch.
Yano looks in. There's the slider again. This one's flicked out, but it's towards Chris Worsing, who ranges to his right to make the catch. And 1 up, 1 down as Upperman tries to settle in here. Ben Timblin, a danger every time, batting a ridiculous over 500 on the season, Jacob.
505 batting average, 13 home runs, 40 runs driven in, and he doesn't strike out a whole lot. Only 10 strikeouts on the year, and he walks 32 times, and now it's going to be 33. He has intentionally walked to start off the game.
And that is absolutely the correct decision. We were talking about it. He's by far the biggest bat in the lineup here, leads the state in home runs. You take your chances. You don't necessarily want to put the go-ahead run on the base paths, but you don't mess around with a player like that. He gets on over half the time anyway. You put him at first, that minimizes the damage. Smart decision by Wes Shanks and company.
He gets on over half the time batting the ball. That's not even the on-base percentage, which is astronomical.
And now Yano out of this stretch. There was no discussion. That was the plan for Upperman. Slider dips across, misses outside for ball 1 here to Max Raquel.
And we'll say this, congratulations to Carson Parrott, a Mr. Baseball candidate. Guy at first base, probably should be another one.
Yeah, for sure, Ben Timblin. He has a huge lead over at first, stays put. Rookie Allison, of course, with a great arm behind the dish. There's that fastball into that top left quadrant, misses outside, or inside rather, for ball 2.
Timblin will get going. He's 21 for 22 on stolen bases, so he's got some speed.
Yano with his attention towards home for now. Now he will throw over. Pretty good throw. No tag from Wilson, though, as Timblin back in plenty of time.
Yeah, he's watching it well. He knows guys are paying attention to him on the base path, especially after being intentionally walked. You don't want to let him get going easily.
2-0 here as Yano tries to find the zone. Kicks and deals. Good. Fastball waved at and missed for strike 1.
Yeah, and for Yano, he's trying to bounce back from his last start in that consolation game against Lawrence County, where got roughed up a little bit in that second inning, allowing the 5 runs. But again, not a whole lot of solid contact in that outing.
Couple of glances for Yano. Now that one got him chasing the high cheese. There was a ton of movement on that one. And Petey's Raider had it 146 miles an hour. 87 miles an hour. That's the topped out speed we've seen from Julian Yano this year. Revved that one in there at 2-2 now. Couple of glances over the 2-2. Ooh, didn't get the call that time, and that gets the groan from the Upperman fans as we run full at 3-2.
I think it was just out, just barely. I think a lot of it, too, was rookie had to reach out for it.
That top half there was a bang-bang call. That's what the Upperman fans are remembering. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch from Yano. Comes in, it's fouled off, and let's do it one more time. Good battle here between Yano and Raquel at the plate.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of these so far today. Two really, really good teams. You get to this sub-state round, everybody's going to be battling. Everybody's got pitchers. Everybody's got hitters.
The uncompetitive teams are at the house right now. This is go time from here on out. 16 left in the class. Another 3-2. This one, tailor-made. Worsing flips to short for one. Shanks to first, not in time, as he legs it out for the fielder's choice, but it is the big second out, and they get the speedy Timblin out at second. It was well executed, just a hair too late over at first.
Yeah, the throw from Shanks a little bit up that to the right of Wilson. He had to reach out to it. He stayed on the bag, but like you said, just didn't get there in time. But you do get that lead out. You get that second out. Trying to strand a runner now here in the first.
Cash Keen is the second baseman. He's going to stand in for the first time against Yano, who's pinpointed pretty well here early on in this one. And unlike what we saw in the region tournament, there will be no limit on Julian Yano.
Yeah.
This is his game to go as long as he can pitch well out there on the mound. Because he's not staying under 25, as that one misses outside for ball one. Now, you could see a reliever stay under that 25 mark. That would be one to watch. But
if this one not an elimination game, tomorrow's will be, no matter what, for somebody.
Yano with the 1-0. That's a good slider in there, but it dips away. 2-0 now.
And Keene, he's a good batter himself. 409, 13 extra base hits, 39 runs driven in as well.
Yeah, 1 through 9. This is an explosive Signal Mountain lineup. That's why they're the Region 3 3A champs. Yano with the 2-0. There's a good fastball down Main Street for strike one.
And this is something we saw Yano struggle with a bit against Lawrence County, is not hitting that zone. And that is what he was really good at during the regular season, is really attacking the zone against these hitters.
Now he's going to throw over. Back in time as the runner. Just trying to keep him honest out there. Barrett Anderson, is on deck. He's the number one pitcher for him. We'll see him tomorrow, certainly. Yano with a glance over the 2-1. That one misses a little bit outside. Now 3-1. Hitters count here to Keene.
And that's been his miss right now. A little bit up, a little bit out to these lefties.
Healthy lead over there at first. Yano has his attention pointed there. Now here comes the 3-1 home. Good pitch, fastball in there, and now we run full again for the second straight batter. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cash Keene.
Well, Signal Mountain's getting that pitch count up there a little bit for Juju Yano. He's trying to get out of it here, though.
Yano looking for a big punch out here. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Got him. The Birdies Lounge strikeout for Juju Yano. 84 on the gun. No runs on no hits, so no errors, 1 left. We'll head to the second, still scoreless in this sub-state round. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic, your next restaurant on the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret, with locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this gorgeous home on Cross Point Drive. Boasting 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms with nearly 2,000 square feet, this home in the Prescott School District in Cookeville could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. A scoreless first inning as we move into the second here, and it's Shoop, Allison, Wilson due up here for the Bees as they look to put a little pressure on Ben Timblin out there on the mound. Both teams have pitchers they like. Going in this one, we mentioned Anderson tomorrow, likely for Signal Mountain. For Upperman, Wyatt Curtis probably first up, and then we'll see who's going to pitch. There's a few big arms that could be looming, but we have no clue. We'll have to wait and see what Wes Shanks does tomorrow.
Well, for the Bees offensively, it's been this 4, 5, and 6 numbers that they kind of got it going in that Lawrence County game back on Saturday, and then in that consolation game where they were able to really pile on some of these runs and get the offense going, flip it back over to the top. Of course, it was Alec Wilson on the mound that was doing a tremendous job, but Carson Shoop had a big hit in that go-ahead run to get across for the Upperman Bees on Saturday, so they're trying to get something going. But for the Bees, it kind of takes them 1-2 times through the lineup to really start to feel out the pitcher on the mound sometimes.
Especially against a kid like Timblin, who's throwing in the 90s so far in this one. Fastball heavy for him in the first inning. First pitch into Shoop. It's called a strike. 0-1. Oh, and 1 coming from Timblin into Carson Shoop in the right-handed batter's box. Third baseman, that one dusted him off the plate a little bit. Maybe change up on that one, 1-1. That's down to 82 on the gun.
Yeah, that one was in on the hands a little bit. Didn't quite come out cleanly.
We've got an active comment section now. Cora Bass is tuning in. Ava Mae Allen's tuning in. Some of the Lady Bees watching this one. The 1-1 to Shoop. He rolls this one. It may have hit the plate, but it's going to be a fair ball. Timblin comes up, fields cleanly, and deposits the throw down to first. For out number 1 of the inning, it'll bring up rookie Allison.
Yeah, you mentioned the Lady Bees. Upperman in DeKalb County will have a big one in the region championship coming up in a little bit. I believe Goose is going to be out there as well.
We got a few region championship games in softball tonight. That big one, as you mentioned, DeKalb County Upperman. We got Gordonsville taking on Joe Burns at Trump Paris Park. The Tigers in baseball action tonight in a doubleheader. First of 2 there in their sub-state series. First pitch into Allison. Tips off the glove behind the dish for ball number 1. Catching the balls and strikes is Vance Wilburn.
And something I noticed about rookie Allison, he keeps the pitch count on as he goes up to hit. I don't know if I've noticed that yet.
Yeah, it's probably a pain to get that.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. Especially underneath the jersey and everything.
It back in there. The 1-0 from Timblin. That one, waist high, called a strike, 1-1. That fastball's been his best pitch so far. He's leaned on it heavily. First time through the order, you mentioned Upperman, and they go 9 up, 9 down fairly often before turning it on. The 1-1. They're, of course, trying to avoid that here as that one misses outside. 2-1.
A lot of times they'll have walk sprinkled in there, ground ball, something like that. They usually don't string together too many hits that first time through.
When they do, look out.
Yeah.
The 2-1 from Timblin coming in. This one sent up and out of play, foul. Evens the count up at 2 here for rookie Allison. Nothing else, trying to run that pitch count up a little bit for Timblin out there on the mound. We saw Signal Mountain do a good job of doing that against Yano in the first, despite not bringing a run across.
Yeah, especially after working 1, 2, 3 in that first pretty quickly as well, not too deep in the counts.
Timblin looks in. Here comes the 2-2 slider. This one's rolled over to him, and more work for Timblin as he jogs over and flips to first. And then once again, 2 up, 2 down, 5 up, 5 down to open it up for Ben Timblin in the Signal Mountain defense.
Yeah, I mentioned it. He's not their ace, but he's a really, really good number 2, similar to what Upperman has, and he has been really solid so far to start off this ball game as more clouds rolling in. I mentioned it. There's been pop-up showers around. We've had sun. We've had a couple of raindrops fall, but nothing too serious yet.
Alec Wilson had a huge game against Lawrence County.
He did.
Best game of his high school career, trying to continue that in and parlay it into more success. And become a base runner. First pitch, fastball inside for strike 1, 0-1.
It's a really good pitch right there, right on the inside corner, especially against the Bees, who like to be up close to the plate, try to crowd it just a little bit. Wilson a little bit further back than some of the others.
He's way back in that batter's box, too, respecting the velocity as the 0-1 comes in. That one dips away, low and outside, 1-1.
Yeah, you try to give yourself as much time as possible to pick up the pitch that is coming in.
Wilson with that red and orange and white bat above his right shoulder. There's a good pitch, catches the outside corner. Now it's 1-2, and Timblin threatening to retire the first 2 innings worth of batters that he faces.
He's been working pretty cleanly, not any solid contact yet.
Shakes off the first call. Let's see what he brings in here. Wilson does get a piece of that one to stay alive. Chokes up on the bat a little bit, and we'll do it again.
Just enough, and it dropped out of the glove of Wilburn behind the plate as well. Tried to squeeze it.
Juju Yano's on deck. Will he bat or will he go back out to the mound? We're about to find out. Standing in here again. 1-2 to Wilson. Fastball, he just gets back on it enough. That's 92 miles an hour. He's ripping it in there now, the Wofford signee. He's got some big-time talent. There's some great players in this game. Lots of D1 mentioned there with Timblin, of course, Shanks and Fallon for Upperman going Division I. Here comes a 1-2 again to Alec Wilson. Timblin looks in and delivers. This one rolled over, and it's going to be a fair ball. Third baseman has it. The throw down to first is in time. Called him out. What a play over at third, and a big ovation from the Signal Mountain dugout as making the throw down was Bo Cooper. And that is 6 up, 6 down in dramatic fashion. We'll head to the bottom half. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant, the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on UCR Media Network. Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseyschevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
Welcome back. Barrett Anderson, Blake Wolford, and Jake Edmondson due up here for Signal Mountain. Dramatic end to that inning. Bang, bang play over at first, but a great play over at third to dive and make the stop, keep it in the infield, and throw over to beat out the runner by a millimeter. As we head back, Juju Yano had to work 40 through 18 pitches, so that's not too incredibly bad. Back to work here against now hitting the bottom half of the order, but still some big bats leading it off with Barrett Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, you're just a couple of swings, a couple of strikeouts away from getting through a quick one, and you would love to get a couple of early swings and at-bats, but Signal Mountain has been pretty patient early on, trying to see what they can get from Juju Yano, and he mentioned it, touching 87. That is the highest that we've seen him so far, usually sitting around 84, 83 on the fastball, sometimes down to 82, and that slider has been working pretty well early on as well.
In the first inning was a pop out, a walk, fielder's choice, and then a strikeout to retire this side for Yano. So nobody beyond first base so far for Signal Mountain as Yano gives back to work here. And as you would expect, typically a lot of times in these first games of these series, teams feeling each other out, they're low-scoring games. You may see one big inning that kind of flips that, but for the most part, these are really tight ball games, especially early in a series like this.
Yeah, last year Upperman got East Hamilton in that 3-game series and were able to win that first one.
This one's rolled over. Alec Wilson, he's going to be able to tag the bag for the one pitch, 3 unassisted. And remember, in that day, that was when they played a doubleheader the first day, and Upperman could not hit anything in that day. They ended up winning game 1 in an error fest. They lost game 2, had to come back and win the winner-take-all game 3. So they know what it's like to be 1-1 in a series if they were to lose one. Regardless, they don't want to do that, as Blake Walford's going to stand in here for his first attempt.
Also, how many lefties does Signal Mountain have on this team?
Quite a few. First pitch slider in there. Good one. Best pitch thrown from Juju Yano so far for strike 1.
Yeah, that one started at the elbow of Wofford, able to break back across the plate and get the swing and the miss.
Yano with the gold chain around his neck. Goes back to the slider. 2-for-1 special. 0-2.
After getting a swing like that, the back foot coming out, I'd throw it one more time.
Yeah, you might as well. Maybe bring it outside. See what he goes to here. Coach Stromberger gives the call. The 0-2. He did try to bring it outside. It's a smart pitch and a good job to lay off in the box. 1-2.
And now we've seen it a couple times. Now you might go to that high fastball. You've gone low and you've gone inside.
The 1-2 from Yano. He went to the slider again. That time it just dove across that kind of top outside corner for ball 2.
Okay, he's mixing it up, though.
See what he brings here. Big pitch here, 2-2. And this one now all of a sudden, Walford hadn't had to swing the bat since the 2 swings that weren't close, and we run full at 3-2.
And especially after getting that quick out and now thinking you could possibly get a quick inning, get ahead 0-2. You can't lose this batter.
Probably fastball time here for Yano. The 3-2 pitch. It is, and that is called. Strike 3, painting the black. Juju Yano for the second Birdie's Lounge strikeout of the game.
Yeah, that's a huge comeback pitch right there. Great spot on that outside corner again. You get ahead 0-2. You can throw 3 balls. That's fine. You cannot lose him. Able to throw a good pitch and get the strikeout looking for that second out.
Now here's Jake Edmondson, the shortstop for his first time. Yano mixing up the fastball and the slider. First pitch fastball right there for strike 1. And Juju looks like he has the goods so far.
Seems like he likes going to that fastball early on. Obviously, we saw that slider as well in the last at-bat.
0-1. That time, tried to bring it further outside, but it did miss out there. Now it's 1-1.
Good frame job by rookie, but it did just miss outside.
We got a great view. You can see that one missed outside that time. Here comes the 1-1 in from Yano. Slider. This one's flared up. Justin Fallon ranges back, and it's no problem for the Tech commit for out number 3. And we got ourselves a good old-fashioned pitch and duel through 2 innings here in Signal Mountain. We head to the third. Still scoreless. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Upperman looking for a base runner as we've got ourselves a defensive battle early on in this best-of-3 sub-state series. It's Juju Yano, Carson Holroyd, and Evan Huddleston due up first against Ben Timlin. Timlin and Yano have been dealing each way so far. Timlin goes back to work here in inning number 3.
Yeah, a couple of different pitchers, although Yano has been up there to 87 on the fastball, been able to pinpoint that. The sliders looked really good, and then Timlin, he's going to try to overpower you. He'll come with the changeup as well and try to throw off your balance just a little bit.
I haven't seen a lot of breaking stuff yet. We'll see if he starts to incorporate that a little bit more. First pitch fastball, that one called a strike, 0-1.
He's been getting that call right at that top edge of the zone.
It is 5 straight groundouts after opening up the game with a strikeout. Nothing out of the infield yet for Upperman offensively. 0-1, and it will continue. This one rolled over to second, fielded cleanly. The throw down to first is in time, and it is 6 straight groundouts now for Upperman offensively.
And there's a couple of Martins you can actually see flying through the infield right now. 2 birds that they go after these bugs, and they actually went in front of Timlin on the pitch and then threw him on the right side of the infield there as well.
Carson Holroyd going to stand in here. He laid down a great bunt in the game against Lawrence County on Saturday. Part of a big inning for Upperman as they came back from being down 5-1. And now he shows bunt again. This one just flicked off the bottom of the bat. Infield was not in at the corners. That would have been interesting if Timlin can't get to it.
Yeah, Cooper was playing pretty far back there at third base, and if he's able to get that down that third base line, he's got enough speed. He'd be able to get on.
Somebody gets on here for Upperman, they would have Fallon up in this inning. If they don't, though, they'll have 1, 2, 3, and that's always a good sign for Upperman. Just lead off an inning, but Timlin doesn't care right now. Holroyd going to swing away. That pitch misses a tick inside, 1-1. Winner moves on to the spring fling of this 3-game series. We're in game number 1, games 2 and 3, if necessary, tomorrow. 1-1, self-preservation. Get out of the way for Carson Holroyd for ball 2.
I flinched that time, I'll be honest.
I'm glad Holroyd was able to duck out of the way because that was going to hurt.
It was coming right at the knees.
First real miss we've seen out of Timlin there on the mound. And that's one thing you watch with these high-velocity guys. What happens you get later on into outings. But he's, of course, a D1 guy, so he's got the stuff. 28 pitches, 19 strikes so far for Timlin on the mound. The 2-1. This one right down Main Street. Swung on and missed, and now it's 2-2. He's looking for a second strike out of the game.
Yeah, a little pop on the glove that time as well. Able to really center it.
We got the radar gun up on this one as the 2-2 coming into Holroyd. This was swung on and foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. It is the second strikeout for Ben Timlin. Going to bring up Evan Huddleston.
Yeah, what a start these 2 pitchers have had so far. Timlin cruising through these first 8 in the lineup so far. Trying to work his way through pretty clean through the first 9.
And that's the thing that separates teams this time of year, the pitching. We've got lots of good lineups, but if you have the depth of pitching, especially that top end pitching, it's huge. Part of why we've gone to these sub-state series, so you got to show off your depth at times. First pitch into Huddleston misses outside for ball 1. That secondary leadoff man out of the 9-hole for Upperman. The 1-0 coming from Timlin. This one's flared out, foul. Most anybody's hit one so far for Upperman. It was weakly fouled out of play, 1-1.
Yeah, really for both sides. We've seen a couple of fly balls from Signal Mountain, but really for Upperman, the only thing we've seen are ground balls and then that fly ball that was out of play.
Be interesting to watch this 4th inning. It's the second time through for Upperman's bats. As here comes the 1-1. That one, little late decision, and he's quickly ahead again. 1-2. Timlin looking for another shutdown inning. Go 9 up, 9 down, first time through. Here comes the 1-2 in. That one misses low and outside. Good take by Evan Huddleston, and it's 2-2. Two coming here. Huddleston looks in. Timlin going to deliver. Swung on, flared out, and that one is going to be caught. Good jump out there in right. It was barreled up, but Walford comes up to make the catch, and it is a perfect start through 3 innings for Ben Timblin on the mound. We'll head to the bottom half. Juju Yano looks to match. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Eight, 9-1 due up here for the Eagles. Ty Harper, Vance Wilburn, and Bo Cooper due up here against Juju Yano. 2 combined base runners. Both have been Signal Mountain Eagles, both in the first inning on a walk and a fielder's choice. It has been all pitching so far. Juju Yano looking to do more of that here in the bottom of the 3rd. First look in for Ty Harper. Shoot playing in at the corner. First pitch. This one's sent out into right field, and Huddleston, or Holroyd rather, has to go a long way. He lays out and he makes the catch. Carson Holroyd with the web gem for out number 1.
That's one heck of a catch there by Carson Holroyd, who came off the end of the bat, did not fly as far as we kind of thought it would back here. He gets a great jump on it, has to lay out, and he needed every bit of it, able to make the catch.
And he was aligned and he kind of left or right center field. He ranged over to his left, lays out, and that's a great catch for Holroyd there in right for out number 1.
Got a tip of the cap from a lot of the infielders and from Yano on the mound as well.
First pitch in here. That one just misses a little outside here to Wilburn. The catcher trying to flip it over with a base runner for Bo Cooper, and the big bats at the top of the order here for the Eagles. 1-0, that one misses further out. Now 2-0 here. You don't want to get behind the 9-hole batter if you're Yano on the mound.
Yeah, just got that quick first down. Did the same thing in the last inning, and then he went to a 3-2 count in the next batter.
That's a good pitch, but it is a great swing. Rolled over for the first base hit of the ball game. Vance Wilburn puts it out there and does set the table with a 1-out base runner for Bo Cooper.
Yeah, for just the second base runner of the game in general, as the first base runner was the intentional walk to Timlin early on. They'll get a courtesy runner on as well. And now you flip it back over to the top, exactly what you're trying to do if you're that 9 batter in the lineup.
So both 9-hole batters have had the best contact so far. That time, Wilburn, we saw Huddleston line out. He hit it hard, though, to end the last inning. Now Upperman desperate to turn a double play and keep Ben Timlin on deck and not have him out with base runner, certainly not with 2. Yano out of the stretch for the second time. First pitch, this one, it's a check swing. Going to be tough to turn, too. Shank's going to go to first for 1. It's a low throw, but it is in time for out number 2. As Cooper can't leg it out. It was close, but Shanks made the wise decision to throw down. And now here's Timblin, and they're probably going to walk him again and put 2
got
on.
the base open.
You should walk him, and
they
will. It's the right decision.
It's got to be so frustrating for Timlin, too.
It is, and it's the ultimate compliment to him. But he's batting .500, leads the state in home runs. There's a base empty, and you'll take your chances. Raquel, he reached on a fielder's choice. It was a very close play at first. Stands in here. 1 swing for him as Timblin's going to get a runner. 1 swing for him can give them the first lead of the game, though, and he should take it personally that they intentionally walked him.
Absolutely. You get 2 runners on here and 2 out, so you got to take that personal as the next man up in the lineup because, again, he's in a good spot. He's in this 3 spot in the lineup, so he's definitely got some power and the ability to drive runs in.
So courtesy runners on first and second here for Signal Mountain. Most traffic that's been on the base paths in this game. Upperman, though, with 2 outs, trying to get out of it here. Yeah, Timlin's not going to swing a bat very often, if at all, in this entire series. That's blatantly clear.
Unless there's nowhere to put him.
Exactly right. And they give him the Barry Bonds treatment. What a slider in there for strike 1 from Juju Yano.
Yeah. Even then, you might still put him on first.
Yeah, it's the Barry Bonds. You know what? We'll take the run instead.
Yep.
Pull the Bobby Valentine and send him down. The 0-1, he went slider fastball. Now he's ahead 0-2, and Juju Yano wants to prove his coach right.
Yeah, you
go
can,
back to the dugout.
Yeah, you can go anything here for Yano. Keep him guessing.
Wes Shanks says it's right now. Let's go. Yano, look back to second. The 0-2 slider. This one's flicked out. Shanks is there. He tags the bag, and that will retire the side. Nicely done by the Upperman infield, and one base hit leads to 0 for Signal Mountain. And it's the big bats. 1, 2, 3 coming up for the Bees. When we come back, we barrel into the middle innings. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate just listed this new construction home located in the Brookstone subdivision. With 2,075 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and large walk-in closets, the main level primary bedroom has one of the best features ever. In addition to the hallway access, you could access the laundry room through the closet in the bedroom. The kitchen also features an island, a pantry, and stainless steel appliances. All cabinets throughout the house are soft close and have granite countertops. For more information, call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581. Always ask for Sonia Brown. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Fallon, Shanks, Worsing due up in this half inning as Upperman still looking for its first base runner, but we are scoreless as Juju Yano has been as good as advertised, as has been Timblin. And this sub-state game number 1 is already into the top of the 4th inning, and we are an hour into the contest.
Not even
an hour into the contest.
35 minutes.
Oh, I apologize. We started at 6.
Yeah.
No,
we didn't start at 5:30.
We are 30 minutes into the contest.
I mean, we actually started a little bit before 6. It was about 5:55 or so.
In.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's cruising along.
Great crowd tuning in online. We welcome you in. Justin Fallon, he struck out looking on an iffy bang-bang pitch in his first appearance. Watch a strike 1 by here. This is the ones you want up if you're looking for a little offensive spark and you're the Bees. Timblin, he's been really good so far. That one dipped in again. Good movement on that pitch, and now he's quickly ahead of Fallon 0-2.
Yeah, there's that first real somewhat breaking
slider.
pitch.
Yeah, looked like almost like a cutter more than a slider. Didn't have a ton of break on it, but enough to bring it in on the zone. 0-2, that one gets away. 1-2. Live on Facebook, YouTube, and the NFHS Network tonight. We welcome you in wherever you're listening. Signal Mountain fans may be tuning in, especially on the network.
They're here.
They are a lot of them.
They're here.
Signal Mountain's got a soft spot in my heart. A few years ago, first year we were streaming, helped us out with some of the live streaming fees when they came to town to face the Bees. So, a 1-2 to Fallon. He sends this one into right field. That is well struck. Still going back, and it angles foul. About 10 feet or so, and 5 feet short of a home run. Furthest ball has been hit today for Upperman. Yeah, it's 1-2.
And it's funny, especially down here, you can see the wind blowing in the trees, and it looks like it's blowing out towards right field just a little bit, but we're down here in a bowl a little bit, so it's going to be swirling at times, but for the most part, it looks like it's blowing out towards that right field foul pole.
Caden Shanks is on deck. Fallon trying to put a duck on the pond or just take a 1-0 lead. He's certainly capable with one swing. Another 1-2, good pitch. Called strike 3 inside, paints the black. Got 3 straight strikes to that spot, freezing the batter for the 3rd strikeout of the game for Ben Timblin.
Yeah, it's a really good spot, and you mentioned it. It's not quite a slider, but it cuts just enough. He starts it on that inside elbow, and he cuts off of it into that inside corner, and able to get that call a couple of times, and a really good pitch for him.
Caden Shanks called out on a bang-bang play at first after grounding out on a chopper. He was first pitch swinging in that AB. First pitch swinging here as he rolls it foul, 0-1.
Into the dugout.
Shanks mentioned Mr. Baseball finalist. He's got the stats. There's no question about that.
Yep.
So,
a couple of guys in this game that do.
Yes,
the 2 guys that are at the plate and on the mound.
Without question. They are not finalists. Somebody needs to explain that to me like I'm 5. This one rolled over. It's 0-2 quickly here.
Yeah, I mean, both these guys, 2-way players, 2 very, very good 2-way players going to play at the Division I level. Not to mention Carson Quillen, not a finalist, who was last year as a junior.
That one stunned me more than anything else. The 0-2, that one misses a little bit outside. Good spot to go for Timblin, but Shanks lays off 1-2. And you don't have to score in this inning if you're up, but man, you really like to become a base runner and break up a perfect game.
Yeah, get some kind of momentum going.
Upperman fans love it when I break the jinx. So Timblin's got a perfect game, Timblin's got a perfect game, Timblin's got a perfect game. Here comes the 1-2 indicating Shanks. That one misses low and outside. It's 2-2 now.
And here's the thing, too. He has not been close. I don't know how many 3-ball counts he has had. It hadn't been many, if any, so far.
0 3-ball counts.
He's just 2-2 right now.
Counts, but no 3-ball counts. It's because of that fastball. He's been able to pinpoint it. The 2-2. This one flared out in the left field, way up into the air. It may stay in the park, giving chase in left, but cannot get there. And the wind probably helped Caden Shanks there as it held it up and kept it from getting too deep where it could be caught.
Yeah, you can tell. It's blowing across and in just a little bit, and kind of in towards that Upperman dugout right now. Held it up there, and that's where we saw Fallons keep on traveling out to right field.
And you have seen more contact already out of Upperman here in this second time through the line. It's been the 5th inning that's been the magic inning for Upperman this year. I mean, it's been unbelievable as they're one frame away, but it's not lining up yet where they'd have the top of the order in that inning. 45-12, outscoring opponents in the 5th. 37-20 in the 4th. 2-2, that one misses away, and it is the first 3-ball count here as Caden Shanks goes ahead. And you know the speed he's got. He becomes a base runner, he becomes dangerous.
If he's able to get on, it just changes the complexion. Okay, we got a base runner on, now let's go.
3-2 payoff pitch coming from Ben Timblin here. Fastball, and he blew it by him. There's the challenge fastball, 91 miles an hour for a second straight punch out.
Yeah, it's a really good pitch right there. A little bit elevated in the zone, able to get Shanks to swing underneath it, and now he is quickly working through this Bees lineup just into the second time through.
Chris Worsing stands in. He grounded out to second in his first plate appearance on the first pitch that he saw. Timblin, he is perfect through 3 2/3 innings. Kicks and deals. This one foul tipped by Worsing, and it's 0-1. Carson Shoup on deck if Worsing become the first base runner of the game for the Bees. The one saving grace for Upperman right now is it's been pretty similar on the other side. Juju Yano has been really good as well.
Yeah, it's been the 2 intentional walks and 1 hit.
Here comes the 0-1, and that hits him. Chris Worsing took it on the shoulder blade. He's okay, and it is the first base runner of the day for Upperman on the hit by pitch. Now the perfect game is gone. Carson Shoup will try to end the no-hitter as he stands in here for attempt number 2. He grounded out right to Timblin. It may have hit the base, actually. It bounced straight up into the air, a little bit of an awkward bounce. That's Timblin. He's hit 18 batters this year, so that's been the one kind of common thread. We saw Horwood have to duck out of the way in the last inning of one.
Tell you what, though, for that being the first one here in this game, that's not too bad for a guy that is hit, especially as good as his control has been.
With 2 outs, though, if you're going to hit somebody, that's the time to do it if you're Ben Timblin. But Chris Worsing, he's got good enough speed if something's hit hard here for Carson Shoup.
And base runner aboard.
For the first
that's
time.
All you need.
Perfect game's over.
Yep.
No hitter still intact.
Still
though.
alive.
There's your jinx, Upperman fans. Worsing takes his lead at first. First baseman off the bag, but holding him there. First pitch swinging for Shoup, and this one did hit the base, and it's called a foul ball for strike 1. A couple of times Carson Shoup has hit one right in front of him there.
And just over top of it.
He hit a big time go-ahead RBI against Lawrence County on Saturday. 0-1 here is Worsing, who just got hit by a pitch, takes his lead over at first. 0-1. This one's chopped over. Long way to go. Good range for Edmondson. And he's able to tip on the bag as he goes by for out number 3. And it is still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 4-5-6 due up here for the Eagles in a scoreless game. And Jacob, This one may be a race to 1 tonight.
And it is the bottom of the fourth, even though I know you might not think it. It's only 6:39. We are just, 45 minutes into this game. It is the bottom of the fourth. And, yeah, to your point, the pitchers have been absolutely great on the mound on both sides. No perfect game on the other side. No hitter still intact, though, for Timlin. And Yano has been really, really good. The only blemish for him so far has been the one hit given up and then the 2 intentional walks. But you're going to give those up to try to get another out along into the process.
He's only at 38 pitches, 24 of them have been strikes. And let's do some trivia with Jacob Vincent.
Let's do some trivia since, we're cruising along. Who was the first Tampa Bay Ray to hit 40 home runs in one season? Jose Canseco, Carlos Pena, Logan Morrison, or Evan Longoria? Once again, who was the first Tampa Bay Ray to hit 40 home runs in one season? Jose Canseco, Carlos Pena, Logan Morrison, or Evan Longoria?
Good question. We'll have the answer for you in the top of the fifth. We'll also do On This Day in History. I changed up the order today, but that's okay.
Again, 45 minutes into the game.
Cash Keen struck out swinging his first appearance. He's going to stand in here for attempt number 2 against Julian Yano. Been very good so far on the mound for Upperman, giving his team a chance in this one despite the great outing on the other side. First pitch swinging here for King. Sent way up into the air. Chris Worsing gives chase. Carson Holroyd. Worsing says he has it, and they did not call each other off. Worsing tried to. They met in midair. There's an error and a runner in scoring position for Signal Mountain and a costly one for the Bees.
Yeah, and you saw the coaches coming from the dugout for Upperman saying, hey, that's the right fielder's ball. That's Holroyd's ball out there and right. He's coming onto it. Easier to make the grab. Either of them could have caught it, but that is Holroyd's ball out there and right, and that is an unforced error. Obviously, it is an error, but an unforced one for the Bees that puts a runner in scoring position.
And now Barrett Anderson stands in, runner at second, and nobody out. Yano made the pitch he needed to, and that's a humongous error in a sub-state series. Yeah, the right fielder, that's his ball to go out there and go and get, no question about it. First pitch swinging here, flared over. Worsing can't quite make the catch. Runner going to come in for home. Holroyd with the throw in. It's a good one. Tag down. It is in time. Got him. Carson Holroyd with the cannon in right field. Allison with the tag for out number 1.
Yeah, what a throw by Carson Holroyd from right. He had to charge onto it after it hits the glove of Worsing at second base. He makes a dot of a throw a little bit high, but enough velocity on it. How about Carson Holroyd today in right field? The diving catch, the throw right there to gun down the runner and get that first out. That is massive.
We saw it earlier in the year. He saved the game against Stewart's Creek back early in the season with a throw just like that. The runner did advance over to second on the throw, but you'll take that if you're Upperman. Great tag by rookie Allison behind the dish. Yeah, and that throw was incredible from Holroyd.
Rookie did a really good job because it was a little bit high, and he essentially just went dead weight, tried to get down there as fast as he could, and he was able to do so and apply the tag.
So now it is still danger territory here. Blake Wolford, he struck out looking in his first appearance. Fastball painted the black for Yano. Stands in here trying to tie or take the lead, I should say.
He started him with the 2 sliders the last time, got him to swing right through each of them.
First pitch, he went back to the slider. This one rolled over. Caden Shanks is there. He's got to make a good throw, and there's the cannon attached to Caden Shanks for out number 2. The runner moves 90 feet away, but Upperman will take that on the 6-3. Jake Edmondson, the shortstop, flew out in his first plate appearance trying to break the scoreless tie.
Yeah, and if you're the Bees, you're able to get out of this, you feel really, really good. You get that momentum going into that 5th inning, trying to get those bats going where in the 5th, they're usually swinging it pretty well.
And that's a tough play for Caden Shanks,
yes, it
by
is,
the way,
especially with the runner in front of him.
Edmondson stands in for attempt number 2. First pitch for Yano, fastball outside for ball 1. A walk here is not the worst thing in the world if you're Upperman with the base empty at first.
You don't want anything getting past Ricky Allison. Not a huge backstop, but there is a padding back here.
The 1-0, that one misses away. And we saw Rookie Allison earlier kind of throwing the baseball off the pad as soon as the infield-outfield ended, trying to see how it bounced off of it. Here comes the 2-0. That one outside again. Looks like they're not trying to make any sort of mistake to Edmondson with the base empty and the 8-hole batter looming on deck here.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. It's a base open.
3-0. That one's right down the street for strike 1.
No reason to make that mistake with a runner 90 feet away.
3-1. Yano working quickly, and he misses. It gets away. Here comes the runner home. Rookie Allison throws back. The tag not in time, and he's safe. Scoreless tie is broken. He comes across to score, and it's 1-0 Signal Mountain.
Yeah, we just talked about it. If it gets away, they're going to have a chance, and that's exactly what happened. And it was a walk as well, so it puts a runner on.
And that's a pass ball as it allows Barrett Anderson to come across and score. Edmondson goes to first, and with the way Timlin is throwing on the other side, that may be more than enough. And Coach Shanks has a quick question for the home plate umpire about something, and we're good to go. Ty Harper going to stand in here. Eagles with the lead, and they feel like that may be worth 8 runs with how this game has gone so far.
An aside, but Harper has a tremendous walk-up song, Universal Sound by Tyler Childers. I know you all know what that is, but
first pitch in, that one called a strike at the knees. Good fastball in from Yano as he tries to settle back in. There is a runner at first after the walk. Glance over a couple of times towards the runner. Yano with the 0-1 coming in here. Good fastball. Misses just a tick inside, but a good spot to go. 1-1. Harper at the plate, Wilburn on deck, then top of the order in the hole here for Signal Mountain. They brought one run across in a chaotic inning here in inning number 4. Here comes the 1-1. Waved at and missed. 1-2 as Yano tries to limit the damage to just 1.
And if you're able to limit it to that, you feel really good because it could have been 2 very easily.
Another 1-2 coming here. Yano delivers. This one misses inside and it hits him. Hit by pitch. And now the Eagles threatening for more. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Vance Wilburn, who hit the first base hit of the game back in the 3rd inning.
And for Juju Yano, you just got to make one pitch right now, and there is going to be a visit to the mound.
Coach Strohmberger going to come out and have a word. Yano now at 49 pitches. And the pass ball looms large right now here for the Bees. Would have been runners at the corners with 2 outs and nobody across. Instead, it's runners at first and second now with 1 across. And the visit being had here as they try to limit the damage. In the top half of the 5th for Upperman, it's going to be 5, 6, and 7 due up. Allison, Wilson, and Yano.
That's where they were able to get some of that production against Lawrence County. Obviously, that was a different ball game. That was one where they kept building that momentum as that game went on. This one, you're only down by a run. It can change with one swing of the bat, but it starts with getting out of this inning, and the conversation on the mound is, hey, make a couple of good pitches, trust your defense, and you're able to get out of this inning. You got to force anywhere, and so you're able to just induce a ground ball, and you'll be able to get the bats to the plate.
Wilburn was aggressive in his first AB. First good pitch that he saw, he deposited into left field. He would love to do that again here as Evan Huddleston in left and knows he's got to be ready. See what the mound visit pays off here for Upperman. First pitch for Yano, good one. Check swing, and he definitely went. And they say he didn't. 1-0.
It's the most aggressive non-go I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was, there's no question he offered at that one. 1-0 now.
And a full body turn.
It was also a pretty good pitch. Yano with a glance back. The 1-0, that one's in there first. Strike 1-1. First home umpire out in the field's not making many friends on the right side of this grandstand today.
Hey, sub-state round, you're not going to make any friends anywhere.
Here comes the 1-1. Fastball. This one sent up into the air. Into that Bermuda Triangle. It's into foul territory. Holroyd lays out again, but this time couldn't quite get there. Almost the second diving catch of the game for Carson Holroyd. Instead, it's just a loud way to get to 1-2.
Yeah, it was a very long way to go for Holroyd. Made a good effort at it, but again, like you said, still ahead in the count, 1-2, and we'll have a chance to get out of it.
1 ball, 2 strikes here. Vance Wilburn at the plate. Upperman trying to get it back to the bats and try to get that run back immediately. Still just a 1-run game at 1-0. Yano glances back. Carson Holroyd says he's ready to go. And he's looking for a big payoff pitch, maybe another Birdie's Lounge strikeout. Yano with the 1-2 home. Slider dips away. Allison blocks it up and deuces wide now. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on here in the bottom of the 4th.
Good block by Allison as well to get in front of that, not allow those runners to advance.
Yano with a 2-2, again to Wilburn. Fastball, misses upstairs. Throw behind the runner at second. The tag not there in time. We know rookie Allison loves to do that. Here's a big moment here. 3-2. Leadoff hitter in the order. Bo Cooper is on deck. Yano knows he's got to get out of this right here, right now. Biggest pitch of the season so far for Juju Yano here. Glance back. Delivers in. Call! Strike three, the fastball gets it waist high for a big Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Juju Yano, and that will retire the side, but not before Signal Mountain breaks the tie. It's 1-0 Eagles. We head to the fifth. Coverage of this game presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this gorgeous home on Cross Point Drive. Boasting 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms with nearly 2,000 square feet, this home in the Prescott School District in Cookeville could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Ben Timlin back to work on the mound, and now he has a little emphasis on little run support. Signal Mountain, though, does break the tie. It's 1-0 here as we head to the fifth with Allison, Wilson, and Yano due up. But first, it's time for to answer our trivia question with Jacob Benson.
Our question, who was the first Tampa Bay Ray to hit 40 home runs in one season? Jose Canseco, Carlos Pena, Logan Morrison, or Evan Longoria?
Evan Longoria.
Carlos Pena in 2007 hit 46 home runs and drove in 121 runs driven in. They became a team in 1998, and it took until 2007 to have a 40 home run hitter.
Well, not good at Rays trivia. Big moments here. Upperman still looking for its first base hit. They have had one base runner. Chris Worthing got hit by a pitch in the last inning, but they have not been able to barrel up Ben Timlin. They hope more than anything he gets a little bit wild here later into this outing.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where he's missed that inside, that high. Hasn't missed outside a lot. It's usually high and inside to righties, obviously high and away to lefties, but always that spot. And Petey mentioned to us 18 wild pitches so far on the year, 18 hit batters so far on the year. So that number is up there with some of the best of them.
Ricky Allison grounded out right back up the middle in his first appearance. Looking in here for attempt number 2. First pitch swinging. That one ricochets back, 0-1.
We didn't flinch that time.
No, we did not. Ice water.
No, if it's coming at my face,
maybe a little.
We'll see.
Maybe a little.
We'll see.
Just don't take out the tripod. We'll be all right. 0-1 coming here to Ricky Allison. That one misses away, 1-1.
And this Signal Mountain team, they're no strangers to the state tournament as well. Last time they made it, 2021. Actually beat DeKalb County in this sub-state round. That was just the one game at the time, so instead of the best of 3.
2 appearances in school history. Upperman, of course, looking for a third straight. 1-1 slider. This one's flared out, and it's going to get down. The no-hitter's over. Rookie Allison leads off the 5th with a single and sets the table for Alec Wilson.
Yeah, that little breaking pitch that doesn't break quite enough. It breaks right back over the middle of the plate, and Rookie Allison able to take it the other way. Really nice piece of hitting by Rookie Allison. And it looks like Collier Bush going to come on to run for him.
He will. Collier Bush on the base paths now. More speed for the Bees as Alec Wilson will stand in. He grounded out to third. It was a great play. Diving stop by the third baseman and a laser across to get him. But he did barrel up Timlin, and now here in the 5th, Upperman would love, even if they don't take the lead, to just get that run back in a hurry here.
Yeah, you're trying to create some of that momentum after allowing that one run. But your defense helped you out. It could have easily been 2, if not more. It was a good 3-2 pitch as well by Juju Yano to get out of it.
Wilson shows bunt. He gets it down. Timlin fields cleanly. Only one throw to make. It's to first. Small ball for the Bees works as now the runner's in scoring position for Juju Yano.
Yeah, and Timlin, he thought he was going to have a chance at second base, but a really good job running there by Collier Bush. As that bunt gets down, he's immediately taken off. He's got a good amount of speed, so he takes that out of the equation. And Alec Wilson, a good bunt, moves that runner over with the sack bunt.
I imagine you're going to see Juju Yano swing away here. He's had a knack for big hits in his high school career. Could really help his own cause in a big way with a base hit here.
I was going to say, there's a little bit more to it for him since he's on the mound.
Timlin now with a runner in scoring position for the first time in the game. First pitch, brought that inside, missed up, 1-0. He's been trying to go to that spot to these right-handed hitters over and over and over again. He's hit it a lot today. That one just missed.
It's kind of right on that corner, and he's gotten it a couple of times.
Timlin now with a 1-0 to Yano. That one misses away. Good job by Wilburn to stick the glove out and keep it in front.
And we've really only seen the one ball get past Wilbur, and that was the one that brushed back. I think it was Holroyd or Huddleston at the plate at the time.
Holroyd, yes. He had to duck out of the way. 2-0 to Yano. Bush bouncing around just a little bit. That one misses. Oh. It missed, and it was called a strike. That one was tough. That was low and inside and called a ball to make it 2-1 instead of 3-0. That's a big break for the Eagles. That's a big break. Timblin now, he's back in it. Here comes the 2-1. Fouled back in. My goodness, how does that change an AB? As now it's 2-2, and how could that change a series? Holroyd on deck. Yano knows he has to battle now.
Yeah, Yano was able to make a couple of good pitches. Timlin trying to make a pitch here as well.
I was going to say, walk isn't the worst thing in the world, but it was looking like it was going to be 3-0. Instead, now it's 2-2, and big spot here for Timlin. Long look in. The 2-2 slider. This one's rolled over, bounces off of Timlin, and everybody's going to be safe. No throw down. Yano puts it into play, and it's going to be a base hit as Timlin tried to flash the leather down onto it, but it's the second single of the game for the Bees.
Yeah, that's just a really tough play to make there for Timlin. Sharply hit back up the middle, kind of bounces off of him. He's trying to backhand it, bounces over to his right. He almost made a really nice play there on that side on the fake throw to first and then tried to look back at third. But now you've got Holroyd at the plate, runners on the corners. You've kind of got a few options here offensively.
Do they suicide squeeze for Carson Holroyd here? He struck out swinging in his first appearance.
Timlin's got speed on that mound.
Big decision here for Coach Shanks and company. Holroyd's going to swing away. Comes up empty. Foul tips it back 0-1.
Yeah, just underneath it. Looked like he was on time, if not trying to take it that other way.
See what they do here at the 0-1. Coach Shanks gives the call. It is a bunt shown. He pulls back. It's called a strike. The zone is expanding here in the fifth to the benefit of Signal Mountain as it's 0-2. That one was tough. We've had one inside and low and one outside there.
Do they try him out, Juliet?
I don't think so. Now 0-2. Timblin looking for a huge punch out. Kicks and deals, and he got him. Strike three. Big punch out there for out number 2. Evan Huddleston trying to battle and tie the game here.
Well, there could be worse guys coming to the plate here in this situation with the runners on the corners and 2 outs. Your best opportunity so far standing 90 feet away. You've got Evan Huddleston at the plate. He comes up with some big hits at times, and he's going to need one right here. If you can get one here and flip it back over to the top as well, you're in some business.
He smoked one in the third, but it was right at the right fielder to retire the side. Stands in here with runners at the corners and 2 outs. First pitch swinging, fouls it off, and it's 0-1. Upperman would absolutely take a wild pitch here to try and tie the game. They got a pass ball is how Signal Mountain scored in the top half.
That kind of looked like that was that breaking ball that kind of broke back in. Huddleston read it pretty well.
He timed it up, just didn't connect with it. Yano's at first. Bush is at third. He's the courtesy runner for rookie Allison. Upperman has struck for a couple of hits in this inning. Timlin with the 0-1. Runner takes off. It bounces in, and it's a domino stolen base for Yano, but a good block by Wilburn behind the plate to hold Bush at third.
Yeah, Wilburn's been really solid behind the plate. He's been a brick wall so far. Again, the only one that got past was one that he had no chance at getting, but anything that has been low or even outside, he's been able to get to.
Domino stolen base there for Yano. Now 2 in scoring position. 1-1 count to Huddleston. Justin Fallon looming on deck. Timlin trying to settle in again. 1-1. Huddleston sends it up into the air. Should be catchable. Right fielder, arms out, makes the catch. And 2 are left stranded in scoring position. A big job by Ben Timblin and the Signal Mountain defense. We will head to the bottom half, still with a 1-0 game. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic at Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It is 1-2-3. Due up for Signal Mountain, looking for insurance here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead 1-0. Upperman's going to have Fallon, Shanks, and Worsing due up to lead off the 6th as they try to rally back. The question will be, is it 1-0 or is it more? As Cooper, Timblin, and Raquel try to do some damage, and you imagine Timblin's not going to have an opportunity, but this puts a lot of pressure on the Upperman defense, trying to retire Bo Cooper for the 3rd time in this game.
Yeah, these are 2 huge half innings right here in the bottom of the 5th and then in the top of the 6th. You've got top of the lineups too on either side, and you mentioned it. If you're able to get this first out here, and then you're able to put Timlin on with 1 out rather than putting him on, and I don't know if you put him on when you've got a runner at first base, so you'd really like to get Cooper out here. Got to be a tough out, though. He's the leadoff batter for a reason.
Spring Fling coming up next week. Complete coverage of it presented by Gentry's Power Equipment across the UCR Media Network. Live streams, website coverage, and more coming from Murfreesboro Tuesday through Saturday of next week. Bo Cooper stands in here. He's popped out and grounded out so far. First pitch slider. This one's flight out in left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit if it's fair, and it is. Evan Huddleston was shaded away. He's trying to leg it into 2, and Huddleston didn't realize it. He's safe. Legs out the leadoff double, and now Signal Mountain's in business. Huddleston didn't realize he was running to second, and Cooper with heads-up base running pulls in.
Yeah, that's a really good piece of hitting, and again, we see that wind in play. There's no wind down here at the plate. They are going to intentionally walk Timlin with the base open, so now you're going to have first and second, and nobody out for your 3-batter in the lineup.
Yeah, if that's a single, you probably don't walk Timlin, but it's a double. You have the base empty. They do walk him, and big runners on the base paths here with Max Raquel standing in. He's reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out as part of a fielder's choice so far. Timblin's going to get a courtesy runner.
Yep.
And we've got action over there in the bullpen for Signal Mountain. Should be interesting if they decide to make a change away from Timblin here in this game with how he's thrown. But it is that 1-2-3 coming up 3rd time through when they do a lot of damage typically. We'll see what they decide to do. And maybe what happens the remainder of this inning will play a big role in it. Nobody's out, and there's 2 on here for Signal Mountain in game number 1 of this sectional round. Raquel trying to put something out there. He shows bunt, goes way up to get it. Yano going to get the lead runner over at 3rd, and Shoop got his legs taken out, and they said he's safe. What? And Wes Shanks comes flying out. Jacob, I didn't see that at all. Looked like he was standing on the bag.
I mean, I don't know how you get your legs taken out unless you're on the bag.
He was standing on the bag, was he not?
I think that's the conversation right now. Is how do you get your legs taken out if you're not on the bag?
He was definitely. It looked like he was standing on top of the 3rd base bag, and the runner was called safe. That is a stunning call.
And it was a force out.
Wow. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. And everybody's safe with the bases loaded for Signal Mountain, and I am flabbergasted. It looked like he was standing on the bag at 3rd.
Yeah, I was moving the camera over, so I wasn't quite staring at it, but it sure looked like he was over there. But now that you're going to have the infield in everywhere, corners in, middle infield in as well with nobody else.
Is the cleanup hitter. He stands in. First pitch swinging, and he crushed this one. Way back for Huddleston, and it is down. This will score several. 1 is across. 2 coming home with ease. Shanks has it in. Good job getting to it, but it's a 2 RBI double for Cash Keene, and it's 3-0 Signal Mountain, and they're looking for more.
Yeah, a really good job by Keene to jump on that first pitch, send it the other way. A 1 bouncer to the fence that Huddleston has no chance at. Able to play a couple of runs, and now this Signal Mountain team are in business. Mentioned it, this bottom half of the 5th, the top half of the 6th, going to be huge in this game with both top of the lineups coming up. Juju Yano going to stay out there for right now and see if he can't get through this inning.
How large does that last call loom now? As standing in is Barrett Anderson. He's 1 for 2 today. He's got 2 in scoring position and still nobody out. First pitch swinging. They've gotten very aggressive. Alec Wilson going to tag the bag for the 3 unassisted. The runner is held at third, and there's a big first out of the inning. And Upperman's fans are laying out the umpire, and I'll be honest, unless something happened that I didn't see, I understand the frustration that they've got over to our right. Season's on the line in this series, and it didn't look even remotely like Carson Shoup was off that bag at third base. And I'm going to rewind and find on YouTube and tell you for sure in just a moment. As Blake Walford, first pitch swinging. They're swinging at the first pitch every time. Carson Holroyd finding it against the setting sun. Will they tag? He has it, and they will not. Holroyd shows off the arm again. They have to respect it, and there's a big back-to-back outs as Upperman tries to keep it at 3-0.
Yeah, how about that from Carson Holroyd? That was probably pretty deep enough, but they've seen the arm once already. They weren't going to test it again and run into an out, and it was a good throw again. A little bit up that line here on third base, and it would have had a good chance. Now, Edmondson, he was actually warming up in the bullpen. He's now coming to the plate, so you could possibly see Edmondson come in if Timlin gets in trouble or if they want to save him.
So now Edmondson stands in. He's the 7th hitter of the inning. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Yano trying to strand 2 in scoring position. 3 is within striking distance. 4 or 5 becomes nearly insurmountable. 1-0. Called a ball. 2-0. Oh, Carson Shoup was on the bag, by the way. 2 feet standing on the bag.
Was my camera pretty good that
time? It was. That one swung on and missed. And now it's 2-1. No question about it. 2 feet standing on top of the bag when he got swiped out there.
And they got 3 umpires out there.
That one misses away. 3-1. Remember that one for the rest of this series. No question about it. 2 feet on the bag.
Would have been 1 out, first and second.
A 3-1. Caught a ball up and in. And now the 8-hole hitter, Ty Harper, is going to get another opportunity. Ty Harper stands in. He has flown out and been hit by a pitch so far. 2 across so far here for Signal Mountain in this half inning. They're looking for more with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch swinging. This one's sent up into the air. Could be a tough play, but Justin Fallon is tracking it the whole way, makes the catch, and all things considered, that could have been a lot worse for the Bees, but Signal Mountain does add 2 more. Upperman's looking to tie it when we come back with 1, 2, 3, due up. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate just listed this new construction home located in the Brookstone subdivision. With 2,075 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and large walk-in closets, the main level primary bedroom has one of the best features ever. In addition to the hallway access, you could access the laundry room through the closet in the bedroom. The kitchen also features an island, a pantry, and stainless steel appliances. All cabinets throughout the house are soft close and have granite countertops. For more information, call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581. Always ask for Sonia Brown. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back as we head to the top of the 6th inning. 1, 2, 3 due up for the Bees. Justin Fallon, Caden Shanks, and Chris Worsing due up here as they now trail 3-0. Dramatics in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Signal Mountain capitalizes for 2 more runs. Upperman now with their backs against the wall. It is still Ben Timblin on the mound here in Game 1 in a best-of-3 series.
Yeah, nice job by Cash Keen, able to cash in on that opportunity, and he was able to send it to the fence, and now the Bees are going to have to respond here. Only down by 3 runs. They got to get the bats going. They've only got 1 hit so far on Timlin.
First pitch swinging for Fallon. This should be catchable, and ranging under it, the right fielder. He always kind of throws his hands out. Looks like he doesn't know where it is, but he's on it the whole time for out number 1. A 1-pitch out, and that's big time for Signal Mountain as they get one of the hardest outs in the order to get out down.
Tell you what, he needs to save that for when runners are on first or second rather than nobody being on, because he can kind of deke some people into staying on the bag.
Caden Shanks is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout so far. Timblin trying to mow through quickly. First pitch swinging, and Caden Shanks sends that one way up and way out of here. Goodbye, baseball. Caden Shanks cranks it again for another solo home run.
I mentioned it. We might have another couple of Mr. Baseball candidates that were not named finalists in that game. Two of them right there, and Shanks gets the best of Timblin as he stops on the plate and gets one run back. The Bees needed that run. They got it. And now you need to keep those hits coming along.
The 6th home run of the season for Caden Shanks. And that one, it's 320 to the foul poles. It hit probably 10 feet away from the top of the trees as it went into the woods back there. That was hammered again. Second home run in as many games for Caden Shanks as that one misses low to Chris Worsing. 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch so far in this game.
Yeah, he has seen the ball well here in the last 2 weeks.
That ball was a goodbye baseball.
Ham-skied.
Yeah, gone. Comes the 1-0. Nowhere close, but nobody on the base path, so it's just ball 2.
But you like to see that from Timblin, who gets a little wild at times after giving up the home run. You know, if I'm Worsing, I'm watching these pitches until you get a strike.
And now going out to have a word is Wilburn with his pitcher. If nothing else for Upperman, can you get some base runners here and ensure that these guys get another AB in the 7th inning? Worsing up here with 1 out. Carson Shoup is on deck. It's now 3-1. Third base hit of the game for the Bees. And there's no shenanigans that can happen when you hit a ball that hard and that far. It is worth a run, no question about it.
And usually he watches those off the bat. That one he actually was running.
Just in case.
That might be one of the further ones he's hit this season.
Yeah, that was in there as the strike is fired in. Good job by Wilburn to calm down his pitcher. 2-1. That inside point has been where he's gone to over and over again in this game.
You mentioned it. That was a really nice job by Wilburn. Go out there after giving up the home run, 2 straight balls. Now you settle him down.
2-1. Worsing got that back foot sliding behind him. Sends this one over to the practice facility. And now it's 2-2. Timblin looking for a big out number 2.
Yeah, the freshman trying to battle back here, trying to get that base runner aboard for your cleanup batter.
He's choking up a good 1.5 inches on that bat in his right hand as he stands into the batter's box here. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. That one flared over. It's going to stay fair, and it's going to be a 3 unassisted. No problem for Anderson there for out number 2. And I'll bring up Carson Shoup, who is 0 for 2 so far in this game. And Upperman needs some base runners here. Again, trying to stretch this game out. It's now 3-1, not insurmountable, certainly.
Well, and for Timblin, again, you've only given up the 2 hits so far. Obviously, the one was the big fly, but you're really trying to just flush that, keep on going. You still got the 2-run advantage.
Oh, that one almost hit Shoup. And again, slipped out. Just been a little bit more sporadic, but he's been able to lock it in when he needs to. 1-0.
I had it. I was ready that time.
3 hits. Scoreboard in here has it at 2 for Upperman, but it's actually at 3. They didn't give 1 in that last inning.
Juju Yano.
Yes, indeed.
That's what it was.
Tipped off the glove.
Yep.
Here comes the 1-0. And again, trying to lock it in. That one misses a little bit outside. 2-0 here to Shoup.
They didn't give him a hit, but they also didn't give an error to the
that's
field.
what I was wondering. It was just out there.
It's one of them.
Wasn't a fielder's choice, so. Here comes the 2-0. That one hits him in the back. Second batter hit by a pitch today. Carson Shoup heads down, and now the control becoming a little bit of an issue for Ben Timblin. Giving up the home run. He's hit a batter, and rookie Allison, who's 1 for 2 with a single, will take off the catcher gear and get another AB here in the 6th.
Well, again, you saw, we mentioned Edmondson. He was warming up a little bit ago in that last half inning. He's at shortstop right now, so he would need a little bit of time to get warm, but you need some hits strung together here with a couple of outs in the inning. And you mentioned it. If you can keep getting base runners on, give yourself a chance to get that top 3 of the lineup back up there in the 7th.
Rookie Allison going to stand in here. He sent it opposite way in his last AB for a base hit. That was a good job by Carson Shoup. Had to wear it a little bit, and this one's hit hard by rookie Allison. That is still trailing back, but a good job to be under it. Great position in left field for Max Raquel for out number 3. Upperman gets one back on the solo shot by Caden Shanks. The Eagles looking for insurance with a 2-run lead. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant and the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares.
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
The Eagles are looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th inning as they've got 9-1-2 due up against the Bees. Vance Wilburn, Bro Cooper, and Ben Timblin due up in a 3-1 ball game. Best of 3. These two teams get together again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. If this result holds and Signal Mountain wins, Upperman would have to win that first game to force a winner-take-all game 3. If Signal Mountain wins them both, they win. If Upperman wins them both, they win. It's that simple in a best of 3 series here. More action over in the bullpen here for Signal Mountain. As Timblin's been good for the most part, but Upperman started to barrel some stuff up the last couple of innings. They'll be looking for a rally with 6, 7, and 8 due up in the top of the 7th. The question is, what will the score be? Is Juju Yano back out here for his 6th inning of work?
Yeah, Juju Yano trying to save some arms for the Bees, possibly tomorrow. You would expect Wyatt Curtis to start in that second game. And then the third game, you'd have some options. Alec Wilson, Chris Worsing, probably your top 2 options to start in that third game. Possibly some other arms in there as well, but you'd have to wait and see if you would need them. But again, for the Bees, you're trying to get a quick shutdown inning here. Going to be tough with 9-1-2, and then you got to get the bats going in the top of the 7th.
There's been much more traffic on the base paths for Upperman in the 5th and 6th inning, but the same can be said for Signal Mountain as now third time through the lineup for each of these two teams. There's a reason they're here. They both hit the ball very, very well, and they're starting to time up these two starters. We saw a lot of aggressive swings in the last inning for Signal Mountain. And we'll see ball 1 miss outside with the fastball here to Wilburn. So far today has a single and a strikeout.
But again, for Yano, he's allowed the 3 runs, but he's pitched pretty well. Only the few hits so far.
There's a good pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. He's trying to pitch away to Wilburn here. A right-handed batter. Again, this one sent way up into the air. It's angling deep. Holroyd gives chase, tracking it into foul territory. He makes the catch. It's been a really strong day for Carson Holroyd in right field, and there's out number 1.
Yeah, he's been really good out there in right field. And again, he probably should have had another one whenever him and Chris Worsing came together when that first run came across for Signal Mountain. But he's been really solid out there in right field, and he's had a lot of action. Again, that wind, it's not blowing down here on field level, but up there in the air, out towards right field, it's blowing a good amount.
Bo Cooper hit a double back in the 5th inning, came around to score a run, stands in here as part of a 1-for-3 day. Good slider, catches the outside. That's one of the best pitches he's thrown today for strike 1.
That is a perfect backdoor slider.
The 0-1 went right back to it. This one's rolled over towards Shanks. Fields it cleanly. He's got to make a good throw, and he does for out number 2. What do you think? It is out number 2, and now Ben Timlin's going to walk down to first base after Upperman walks him here with the intentional walk.
We're looking.
We're looking. Not yet.
You do have 2 outs.
Are they going to pitch to him? They're going to pitch to him. Are they?
All right.
Okay. And now the Signal Mountain fans love it. I don't know why they would pitch to him here, to be honest with you, Jacob, but we're going to find out. Ben Timlin can make him pay. We've seen Caden Shanks go yard. He can. He leads the state in home runs. And now Juju Yano. First pitch in, slider outside, and I would suspect you're going to see a lot of that.
You're not going to throw a good pitch in this at-bat.
At least you hope not, because he'll send it a long, long way. Here comes the 1-0. Slider, that was a good pitch across for strike 1, 1-1.
You might see all of those.
And you may be looking for some momentum if you're Wes Shanks over there. It's a calculated decision. 1-1 slider. You're already down. You have one set of ABs left. If he sends it yard, okay. If you get a strikeout here, your team's going to be really rejuvenated.
Roll into it.
The 2-1. Slider. This one's rolled over. Shoop fields it cleanly. He's got to make a great throw. Timblin too fast. Bang, bang, play not in time. He did beat it out. Ben Timblin with plenty of speed and he will leg out the infield single. Good throw by Shoup, but Max Raquel has a base runner with 2 outs.
Well, helping that average at 5.05. The 3 intentional walks, and now the first hit of the day for him, and he's been on base all 4 times so far today.
And you wonder, as Max Raquel is the pronunciation, my apologies, he's going to stand in here. You wonder if after that home run we saw Caden Shanks hit, if he may be getting the Timlin treatment the remainder of this series, because pitching to him can be dangerous as well. Both 2-hole batters can send baseballs long, long ways. Runner at first is the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Timlin. First pitch slider, good pitch in there for strike 1.
That was that same exact one he was able to start a couple of batters to go off with, and he gets it in that time as well.
Wilson trying to hold the runner. He's got a healthy lead over there at first base. Yano delivers it a fastball up and in for a ball, 1-1.
That's got to be scary as a batter. He comes with a slider first, and then he throws the 2-seam, which comes in on you the second time, both of them being inside.
Raquel looks in now. Yano looking for the 1-1. There's that slider again. This one's set up into the air, but Justin Fallon loops his way to it. Took an awkward route, but he got there. Laid out to make the catch, and that will retire the side. Justin Fallon with the second diving catch by an Upperman outfielder today sends it into the 7th. Upperman down to their final 3 outs when we come back. Coverage presented by the Southwell Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Alec Wilson, Juju Yano, and Carson Holroyd. The last chance for Upperman. Trailing 3-1 here against the Signal Mountain Eagles. How big is that call on Carson Shoup being called off the bag at third? The next pitch was sent for a double that scored 2 runs. And now that's the difference in this ball game right now for the Signal Mountain Eagles.
Yeah, it completely changes it because it would have been first and second and 1 out rather than bases loaded and nobody out. And Cash Keen smartly jumping on that first pitch after obviously a lot going on from the fans and the umpires. He steps in and he says, you know what, let's not worry about it. Let's try to play a couple of runs and a big hit. And so far it's in line for the game winner right now. But the Bees only down by 2 runs. They need to manufacture some base runners here. Going to be tough with Timlin on the mound, who has only allowed just those few hits so far. It's been a little bit more wild here in the last couple of innings. The Bees have made some more contact, and it needs to start right here in the top of the 7th.
Alec Wilson so far today has grounded out, and he had a sacrifice bunt in his last appearance. He's going to be swinging away here with Juju Yano behind him. Carson Holroyd holding the bat. We saw Braden Green pinch hit in the game on Saturday, but we'll see what Coach Shanks decides to do. It may depend on the situation when they get down to that 8th spot. And now Wilson looking to...
Looks like Chris Worsing is warming up as well.
They would certainly love to have to go to him as Timlin's first pitch misses up and in for ball 1 to Alec Wilson. The name of the game right now for Upperman, base runners. They want to put people on the base paths and add pressure and ultimately get Justin Fallon and AB in this inning. He would be 5th as there's 4 up before him through the bottom half of the order. Comes the 1-0. That is a good pitch across the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Hey, you talk about that effectively wild. You throw high and inside, and you come back right down the middle. It's going to be tough to stay in there.
79 pitches, 53 strikes. So around, this is number 80 coming in from Timlin. This one sent out by Wilson into right field, angling back. Shouldn't be much of a problem. An adjustment is made, and the catch is made, and Upperman's down to their final 2 outs today.
And for Juju Yano now stepping in a big spot here with just the 1 out, nobody on, trying to be that first base runner down by those 2 runs.
He does have a single. He ripped it off the glove of Timlin back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2 today. He also stole a base, stands in here in a big spot, and it is Collier Bush who has taken a bat, and he's going to pinch hit coming up next. First pitch misses upstairs to Yano for ball 1. You wonder if you may go into take mode a little bit here with how around the zone he's been.
You know, Wilson kind of did that, then that strike came across.
The 1-0. Waved at and missed. 1-1. Yano trying to give Upperman a chance here in game 1. 1-1, nowhere close. Didn't come out clean. It's 2-1. But again, these pitches have all come with nobody out there. When runner's been on the base paths, he's been able to pinpoint him in there. No wild pitches.
Well, he works out of the stretch the whole time, too. He doesn't go back and forth between the windup and the stretch, which there haven't been that many base runners to worry about anyways, but he's able to just stay right in the stretch the whole way.
Upperman has 3 hits so far as this one. Misses low. And now 3-1. Hitters count to Juju Yano. 3 base hits. 4 runners have been left on the base paths for the Bees. The 1 run on the solo homer by Caden Shanks. Here comes a 3-1 from Tim Lindiano. Misses. Ball 4. And the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Collier Bush, who's going to be the pinch hitter here after the walk issued to Juju Yano.
Yeah, now with 1 out, might be bunting.
And Coach Shanks lets the umpire know 21 for 25. So Collier Bush going to stand in here in a big spot. Again, just trying to be a base runner here and set the table for Evan Huddleston, who's on deck. And in the hole was Justin Fallon. And you're singling, I'm singling it. Probably bunt time here for Upperman. But
which also means Signal Mountain is going to know it as well. At least be looking out for it.
And then he's going to have to be booking it down that first base line because they want him to leg it out.
Yep.
That's definitely a calculated risk. A little bit more speed with Collier Bush. Put him in there. We'll see. First one from Timley. He's swinging away, and that one he almost hit him. It would have hurt really badly.
It would have felt good, but man, it
would
have
have
paid
helped.
off.
It would have helped Upperman a lot. I want to know, but your body takes over when that thing's coming at you. You get out of the way.
That was right off the hip, too, if he's able to stay in there.
Timlin trying to locate something. Here comes the 1-0. Cannot again. 2-0. Yano's way off the bag. Bounces back. And after the walk, it's 2-0.
Taken.
And it may be time for, depending on what happened. Yeah, we're see. Signal Mountain's coaches emerged. The head coach is, and it may be time for a change for the Eagles. You cannot mess around knowing what's looming in the hole for the Upperman Bees in a 2-run ball game. But we'll wait and see. Maybe just a discussion here.
Well, you've got Timlin on the mound, one of your leaders on the team, going to Wofford. This is going to be a discussion. Hey, going to be all right, and he's done. All
it
right,
is a Hall Sports and Outdoors call to the bullpen as the game gets a little interesting with 1 out, runner on, and a 2-0 count. New pitcher when we come back.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this gorgeous home on Cross Point Drive. Boasting 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms with nearly 2,000 square feet, this home in the Prescott School District in Cookeville could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It is a Hall Sports and Outdoors call to the bullpen for Signal Mountain as they give the ball to the tall number 13, Blake Walford. He's a right-hander. He's throwing about 80 miles an hour in warm-ups, but he could rev it up. We'll have to wait and see. Here's the situation. Juju Yano's at first after working the walk. Collier Bush is pinch hitting, and he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. So we'll see if Walford's able to pinpoint the zone here with 1 out. The 9-hole hitter's on deck, but then looming is Justin Fallon as Upperman trails by 2. Signal Mountain trying to win an important game 1 here in this sectional round.
Walford 10 2/3. He's only had 1 start on the year, most of them being relief appearances. He's got a 1-0 record, and he has only allowed 1 earned run in those 10 2/3. 12 strikeouts to 5 walks, an ERA of 0.67. Batting average against of 158.
And Upperman's hoping he struggles to find the zone in this spot.
Has not pitched since April 23rd.
And now he is in here. A 2-0 count. That's unique. Usually don't come in the middle of an A-B. Collier Bush, the pinch hitter, now with a new opponent. Walford on the mound. Yano with a healthy lead over there at first. First pitch upstairs for ball 3. And now a big spot here as Bush tries to become the tying run on the base pass for Upperman. And he is in take mode, probably for the next 3 pitches, you would imagine. Walford trying to put something over the plate. Yano takes another big lead. He's bouncing around as he usually does. The 3-0 misses, ball 4, and now the tying run is on the base pass for Upperman. Evan Huddleston's at the plate, and looming is Justin Fallon.
Juju Yano, a few words to the second baseman out there for Signal Mountain on his way. And they clap hands as well, but this has been one heck of a ball game, and now the Bees trying to build on to that. I mentioned it. They needed base runners. They've got speed on the base path now, and now for Evan Huddleston, you're trying to flip it over. 2
hard-hit flyouts to right field for Evan Huddleston. Third baseman's playing way off if he could get a bunt down that left side. Walford was in right field. And that first pitch, right waist high on the inside part for strike 1.
Yeah, he was taking the whole way. He wanted to see a strike, and now you got that strike, and now you step in and go.
Timlin went out into the outfield for Signal Mountain here. 1 out.
He's in center.
Coach Riedel's coming in to look at Walford while Coach Strohnbarger goes over to first base. So the hitting coach now getting a closer look. Good slider across for a big strike 2. The Signal Mountain fans like it as it's 0-2.
First time we've seen that.
And really for Huddleston, you just can't ground into a double play. Getting out's not even the worst thing in the world with Fallon looming. You don't want to, but you know the one thing you can't afford to have happen down to their final 2 outs. The 0-2, slider again, called strike 3, and there's the big punch out. Upperman down to their final out, but the lineup flips over. Huddleston was taken the whole way, never even looked like he wanted to swing. Here comes Justin Fallon, 0 for 3. He is due in a big spot. The game hangs in the balance. He's the go-ahead run, but Signal Mountain has the 2-run lead. They're looking for the win.
Obviously facing a new pitcher as well, so he's going to be stepping in, looking for a little bit of vengeance.
Yep. Then blowing it by, which is what Timlin was able to do a couple of times.
Got a good slider, though.
He's going to have to mix it up well. First pitch from Walford to Fallon. He's going back. He's going to the well over and over and over again. That slider in that same spot, dipping across the waist for strike 1.
Well, that's what got Fallon against Timlin, where those breaking pitches on the inside corner got him to freeze at it, and he's able to get ahead.
He's thrown 3 straight to that same spot, been able to locate it. The 0-1. Went back to it, fouled off. Upperman's down to their final strike in game number 1. It's 0-2.
It gets dead quiet.
Yep. And I'm not going to break the silence.
It gets dead quiet in between pitches.
It is 0-2 here. Fallon knows he has to battle the Tennessee Tech commit. Walford trying to slam the door here in what has all the makings of being a great series here in game number 1 getting underway. The 0-2 coming. Walford's looking for the win. And he's going to step off. Doesn't look like he's comfortable yet, trying to settle in out there.
Yeah, his first baseman come in and give him a few words as well.
0-2 coming. Fallon awaits. Fastball bounces, and the runners advance over into scoring position now for the Bees. Tying run, 2 bags away, and it's 1-2.
Well, you got the 2 runners in scoring position. You've got that tying run standing on second base, and it's just 1 swing of the bat now for Justin Fallon.
It's intense. It is intense here in the Sub-State. And this is not the elimination game yet.
Nope.
Tomorrow, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like in here. As it's 1-2 with 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Second time in the game Upperman's had this position. Fallon awaits. Wolford looking for the payoff pitch. Misses up. Looking for that slider again. Now it's 2-2. And there's an open base. But looming is Caden Shanks. Fallon takes a deep breath. From 0-2, it's now 2-2. Here we go. Walford again, looking for the win. Fastball, called strike 3. Signal Mountain wins game 1. Final score, Eagles 3, Bees 1. On the punch-out by Walford on the mound. We welcome you into the Southwell Auto Clinic postgame show. The Southwell Auto Clinic, your hometown auto doctors. That is too close on that one. Left it in the umpire's hands, and he rings him up for strike 3.
Yeah, that one, and we saw that a few times from Fallon so far today. He watches that one on that upper edge of the zone. Really good pitch made there by Walford and able to get it across and take down the Bees in that first game. And we talked about it. This first game is so important. And now for Signal Mountain, you've got your ace ready for tomorrow, and you've got a game ahead. So you are in the driver's seat against this Bees team, who's most likely throwing Wyatt Curtis, another ace on this Bees team. But they need to get the bats going, and they did not have the bats going today with the exception of Caden Shanks.
Barrett Anderson will be the starter tomorrow. We would be stunned if he's not in game 1 for the Signal Mountain Eagles as they get it done here Upperman's now backs against the wall. They will have to win 2 tomorrow to win this series. They split last year with East Hamilton. The flip, though, was, of course, they won game 1. They were in the power position. Now Signal Mountain on their home field in the power position. But one thing that was certain from this game, Jacob, these are 2 evenly matched teams set to duke it out over the next 2 days.
Yeah, they both have deep pitching staffs. They both have really, really good hitters today. It just wasn't the Upperman Bees' day, and that's a tip of the cap to Timlin, who was on the mound for him. Was perfect through the first 3 and 2/3, was hitless through the first 4 innings or so, and so they had a great start to this game on the mound from Timlin. They're going to have probably Barrett Anderson going tomorrow, who was over at first base today, so they're going to have their 2 guys that they want, and they're feeling pretty good right now.
It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Who's it going to in this one, Jacob?
I'm not going to go Timlin. I'll give him the tip of the cap. I'm going to go Cash Keen. He had the big hit that plated the 2 runs across. The end up being the 2 game-winning runs after the Bees were able to get it tied. Not tied, but were able to get the 1 run across on the Kane Shanks home run. Cash Keen, a huge hit, and that was after Timlin was able to get on board again. Intentionally walked, and your cleanup batter, he cashes in.
Cash Keen is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Game 1 tomorrow, 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern start time here. If Upperman wins, they will play another game immediately following. Signal Mountain wins 1 game of the 2 tomorrow. It is over. Backs against the wall once again for the Bees. They've risen to the occasion both times we've seen that so far this year. They'll have to do it again tomorrow to extend their season back to the spring fling. We hope you'll join us for it. We'll remind you to keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the Upper Cumberland. And we will talk to you all once again right back here from this same spot tomorrow evening. First pitch set for 4 o'clock Central Time in Game 2 of this best-of-3 sectional round. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent to my left and everybody at UCR. Have a great night, everybody.